Well, and I want to first of all just start by saying I apologize for being a no-show. I am a little bit hesitant of bad roads. So God was gracious enough to let me do this via remote. So I apologize for failing. And hopefully we can get through this with, y'all understanding everything what I'm trying to present. This slide presentation was actually presented in Salina. A few of you probably have seen this. And this is not something new to you all. This is something, we're reiterating what you already know. Because when you start dealing with a Res Center and deal with escalations, it's just a refresher. I'm doing this right, or I should be doing this, whatever. So I'm going to just kick this off by starting with the first slide, and everybody can see it. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm moving to the second one. These are just the topics that I'm going to discuss today, just in general. They, again, have to do with Day 2 support as it relates to the Res Center and my support for you all. This is just a slide that tells you who to contact. Just a reminder. Here's the web. And remember, whenever you call into the Res Center, you always use that pseudo circuit. Everybody knows what a pseudo circuit is, right? Scott?
Does everybody know? No. No, you might.
Okay. Okay. On your paperwork, whenever we actually touch you, there was some paperwork left behind, and it shows a circuit ID that you use for reporting trouble to the Res Center. What we did is that circuit is not a physically working circuit. It is actually just used for reporting purposes. So you will have a specific circuit ID, and it'll look just like that. It'll have different numbers, but it'll have two numbers, backslash, ENGC or EGNC, whatever, and it'll have numbers. Each one of you will have something individual to you. So that is what you use to actually report any kind of trouble that you have. The Res Center is your first point of contact for anything. They are your triage. So when you get back to your shop, take a look and make sure that you can find that pseudo circuit. And the reason I call it a pseudo circuit is because it's not a functioning circuit. It's just a nomenclature just for you to be able to report it. So moving on to the next screen. This is just basically what all the relationship involved between the Res Center and you as a PSAP. Whenever the council ventured on this next gen 911, a lot of thought was put into how do we support the PSAP? How do we give them something that they haven't had before, that they get the attention that they need, and what do we do? And that was by presenting the Res Center as your single point of contact. So regardless of what you're reporting, that within the 911 system, you might have trunks, you might have different products that are outside your 911 system, but everything in that 911 system is reportable through the Res Center. They are your first and single point of contact. They are the liaison. They direct where things will need to go. So they're sort of the only center. These are some of the products and items that they would support. They support all your voice and data as it relates to 911. Any CPE problems, the contract right now is with Motorola, so they work hand in hand and monitor your performance and any kind of activity that's going on. So you would start there again with Res Center. Any kind of routing problems, if you've got an outage, you've got a phone down, you've got link failures, power, just really anything. Because when you get into your system and you look at it just from, other than something that you use every day, you don't know what it could be. So you have to, get with the Res Center so they can start working with you, asking proper questions to try to isolate. Is this a network issue? Is this a CPE issue? Do you have faulty equipment? Do you have a power issue? So that's kind of what they're doing right now is the triage. Any questions so far? You all good. Okay. Again, this is just more information on the relationship Red Center and the PSAP, the individual PSAP. Whenever you call into the Red Center, what's going to be expected of you is to present that pseudo circuit, your name, the PSAP name, your hours of when you, if we were to dispatch, when did we come out? You know, if we were to test, when can we do that? So they're going to ask you some questions that are going to narrow down what we can do, you know, within your needs. So these are just some of the questions that will be asked. Has anything happened that could cause the situation? Do we have bad weather? You know, they're in Atlanta and Chicago, so they're not necessarily going to know what's going on in Kansas. So just be prepared that, you know, they're going to ask you some questions, and it's not mind-boggling or anything like that, but they will ask questions. Basically, the life of a trouble ticket, it starts with you. It starts with you, you know, knowing and looking. Am I plugged in? Do I have power? That's the first thing I'd probably ask. You know, am I completely down? Is this just isolated to one station? Kind of know what you're looking for, what you're looking at before you call this in. When you call into the PSAP or the Red Center, they're going to give you a trouble ticket. That trouble ticket is what we use to dispatch a field tech. We use it to track whatever owning center might have this ticket. So hang on to the ticket. You may or may not need it later, but you've got it. And it'll come out on a report to me and Scott and Phil every month, actually every week. So if something happens that you say, oh, I had a ticket, I can't remember where I put it, within a few days it's going to come out and we're going to see what actually got reported. So don't worry about it. We'll get it. And I can also see the same day. So that ticket is then going to be given to you, and they're going to use that ticket to triage with other centers and with the field tech. If you get into a situation, and I hope that this doesn't happen to you, and I rarely see it, but if it does, there is an escalation process within the Red Center. When you open that ticket, that is your first level of escalation, a tier 1 escalation. If you do not get the answers or the information that you need, when you open that ticket, you can, within like an hour, I mean, you got to give them a reasonable time. If you don't get information that you need within an hour, you escalate it within that center. You ask for another manager or an area manager. That's your second tier escalation. If something happens that you're still not getting information that you need, so you can move on with this and get it repaired, you call me. I'm your third level of escalation. So we're giving the Red Center an opportunity to do their triage. If they fail to do that from the first to the second level escalation, then you need to let me know. All of you should have my contact information on that piece of paper that's left behind with your pseudo circuit. It'll give you the Red Center's number, your pseudo circuit, my name, my phone number, my email. I support you 24/7. However, I'm not in front of my computer 24/7. So if you have something that happens in the middle of the night or on the weekend, you can't wait till Monday. You can't wait till 8 o'clock in the morning or what have you. Please call me. Please call me. Because if you have discerned that, then it's an emergency. And you need to reach out to me and let me know. So once the 911 Red Center has this ticket, they're going to, like I said, triage with other centers to determine, is this a network issue? Is this a CPE issue? They're going to, you know, get the dispatch out for the field tech, that type of thing. And then also, they're going to be monitoring this. Motorola is monitoring this. AT&T is monitoring this. And also the Red Center is doing some monitoring. It's isolated, but it's some. Any questions so far on the life of that ticket? Am I going too fast?
All right.
All right. Okay, this is why you should escalate. It's just different situations, so that way you know what your situation is. If you're still taking calls and things are good, but you've got a system down, you're limping, but you're not down. You know, but it still needs to be reported because our Tiger team will be extremely responsive. It's just we need detail. These are some situations where you need to escalate. As I spoke earlier, when you go a first tier, it's reporting the ticket. When you go second tier, it's you're not getting movement on that ticket. You're not getting the kind of response that you require. And this is when you would escalate. You can't get through to the 911 red center. That has happened in some situations. They support 21 states across the United States. Sometimes there are events like in California that are going on that could cause their call volume to be extremely high. At that point, you need to escalate, or you need to call me. Those situations are going to happen. There's no way for them to manage enough people to forecast what could happen down the road. But because it's 911, it takes precedence, and you need to reach out and let somebody know. I've tried 3 times, I can't get in, I'm getting busy, or whatever. Let us know. Again, if you're not getting updates in a timely manner, where the resident is contacting you for a reroute or whatever it is that's going on, you need to escalate. If you ever receive unprofessional behavior, of course, that's a given. You need to report it. Most of the time, once that ticket is created, I can go in and look at that ticket and pretty much tell you any information that's going on, like an estimated time of arrival, estimated time of repair, who the tech is, and that type of thing. So if you're in a situation where you need that information, I have it. It's at my fingertips. Our goal is to isolate and repair less than 4 hours. There have been times when that's not happened, whether it be a fiber cut, whether it be an ILEC, literally, a Pioneer, whoever. There are situations where it's hard to control what is happening for restoral service. What I would like to say to you is that if that incident is going on, we will be letting you know what's going on. There is a notification that goes out to me and to Scott, and I'm not sure about you, Phil, but it's called an Everbridge notification. And whenever the red center actually reroutes someone, that notification is sent out to us, so we kind of know what's going on. They text it to us. It'll say, Gray County, blah, 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 rerouted to their admin line, or whatever. So we're kind of on top of knowing what's going on, but we will also make sure that you know what's going on. Move on. Reroute. It's funny because I felt like that we rerouted a lot before, but now that ESINet is on board, we do it less because you already have the program rerouting. It's super nice. But you might sometimes get into a situation where you need to reroute to a partner staff or to your admin line. It used to be that was a manual process, but with ESINet, it's all programmed. So that's the beauty of it. But what warrants a reroute is you can't receive any calls on any position. You can't receive ALI on any position. There will be times when you will have planned maintenance or emergency maintenance. You will probably hear from me or Lori on that. And it's all planned out. So it's not like it's just going to be happening. It's going to be thought out and presented. You can't hear callers, you can't dispatch. And this is just critical information for a successful reroute. You'll be expected to provide your address, the reason for your reroute, and this is if you call in to the red center. The destination, where do you want to go? And then you need to reach out to your partner PSAP to make sure that they can handle those calls if we do reroute to the partner PSAP. So, there's some responsibility for you on that. But that's just for preparation, so you know. I'm going to move away from the Red Center. Does anybody have any questions thus far regarding the Red Center? Has anybody had a bad experience and or a good experience?
We have trouble getting the technicians on site.
I'm sorry?
They have trouble getting the technicians on site.
And I want to say those are the tickets they do.
Yes.
When you have that situation, knowledge is key here. And if you have that situation, don't call me. Because that's what I do. My only job is to support you all. If you've got a question on a bill, I don't do billing, but I will find somebody that does. I'm not a field tech, but I will find a field tech. Yeah, my job is to keep you from sitting there going, well, where should I take this? You need to reach out to me. So if you have those problems, please let me know. Because that way I can dip it in the bud and we can get it taken care of. I'm going to move on to the roles that I have. I spoke earlier about planned maintenance. I coordinate all the planned maintenance and emergency maintenance for you all across the state. And they do different levels, all the way up through our cloud. So you could actually have a planned or emergency maintenance, all the way from our layers up in the cloud to something as simple as a T1 that, that you're running off of. So there's lots of different layers, but each one of those are set up to where they're signaling, okay, this is Sedgwick, or this is McPherson, or what have you. So that information is driven down to the lowest level that you would use, and then I take that information, sort it, work with Lori, we get the information out to the PSAP, and some of you probably talked to me, where I called you and said, we're going to do maintenance, who do you want to reroute to? That's what I will do. So that's the situation for your planned maintenance. My job as I support the council is for root cause analysis, and that's on large events. We've had 2 rather large events in the last year and a half. One was a fiber cut. It was huge. It affected 28 PSAP. And it's not to say that will never happen again, but it would be rare. I think that was an isolated situation, don't you, Scott?
That was a perfect storm is what that was.
It was a perfect storm. It's like what could go wrong did go wrong. And as a result of that, we put some situations in place to prevent some of the stagnant time. We sat there and said, okay, what do we do with this? What do we do with this? So as a result of that, we got together as a group and we've come up with plans that will prevent those things from happening again. An RCA is used for a large event, root cause analysis, but also we have RFOs, which those are for incidents. You might have a situation where you lost your cat, or you lost, something, or any alley, whatever. That information comes out of the ticket, and that information is provided to the council as a reason for the outage. What happened? Why did this PSAP call in and place a ticket? What was going on? So that information is provided to the council every week. And Scott, Bill, and myself, and Randall, and different people, we work through those. If we have something outstanding, they'll bring it back to me and go, I don't get this, Lisa. And so we work off of those tickets to prove service to you all. In a situation where we have a large outage, or we have a situation, I should say, we do provide, or I do provide, after-action reviews. To me, what those are used for is kind of like the 28 sites that got cut, the fire got cut, is when you have something that impacting, not only do we need to know what happened, but what do we do in action form to narrow that down, to make it smaller, to make it less impactful. That after-action review is what we put in place for that. Luckily, we haven't had to do a lot of weekly and monthly metric ticket information. Every ticket that you open with the Red Center, it will either result in a dispatch from the field tech, or it will result in another ticket that goes to the monitoring group that oversees or monitors your network. So I could actually have 2 tickets for one outage, depending on if it's network or BPE. Work with the technical committee, work with council to identify service and maintenance trends, as I spoke about earlier. And then my main job is to escalate and support you on your behalf. I mean, that really is my biggest role. Again, planned maintenance, some of this is redundant, I apologize, but they're gonna, we're gonna provide you who is impacted, how long were you impacted, what type of maintenance was it, was there a reroute necessary, that type of information. And Lori works really close, I think, with you all to get information out on those types of things. Again, large and major event coordination. As a result of the 28 site outage, and I hate to keep saying that because it sounds so negative, but good things do come. Scott immediately recognized, he and Phil, okay, what are we gonna do? We can't let this run like it did last time. It was enough PSAPs, and it was enough of an impact, people couldn't get into the rest center, they couldn't, open a ticket, they knew something was seriously wrong. But where do I go? We don't wanna leave you in that situation. So together, we came up with, and Scott, you may have to help me with this, because we only used it, once?
Yep.
But as a result of that, we came up with this process, just so you don't have to, keep dialing into the rent center and saying, I can't get in. So what Scott has agreed to do is he is going to be providing a voice bridge. It's a council bridge. They will open it, and as you try to call it to the rent center, you can't get in, that bridge will be offered to you to call into to report your incident. It's not a bridge, a help desk bridge, it's not anything like that, it's not even a bridge that you would stay on. Because again, we're trying to cover the masses for a large outage. Your goal then was to get on, tell them what your problem is, give them any information you would need as if you were opening a ticket, and get off, and then another person may come on. Scott, do you want to talk about that any?
Yeah, sure. Basically, anytime we have a situation going on that's affecting 3 or more PSAPs, we'll follow this plan. You will get the outage notification via email, text, and voice, depending on what you set up on your account, on the portal. And we will tell you that the bridge has been opened, and we'll give you the number and the meeting ID to get into that bridge. That way, if you've been trying to call the res center and you get a busy signal where it's just ringing, then you can call into that bridge, report your trouble there. We will put that into the res center, Lisa will, through an internal messaging system that they have that gives her direct access to the res center. So they get your report and you get it reported, and then you can drop off the bridge, because we're going to keep using that outage notification to give you updates on what's happening with this throughout the pendency of the problem. Questions?
Deal. Yep, that sounds perfect. And then once the issue's over, there will be, any kind of issue like that will warrant an RCA, which again is a root cause analysis, and an AAR, which is an after-action review. That will be put together and presented to the council, and then they will get the information out to you. Anything else on that, Scott? Because that's a pretty big thing.
I think we covered it.
Sounds good. Well, I'm going to close about what I do, and I am going to have just a few little things to say about cybersecurity. Scott, I don't have a whole lot, but I will say that all of you have probably experienced or heard of cyber issues, cybersecurity issues. I know it's happened in Kansas, it happened in Wichita, it happens, not regularly, but enough to where it's on the news. So it's important that not only we are aware that that's going on, but we're aware of the terminology. I know when the issue happened in Sedgwick, with the squatting or Wichita, I was like, what the heck is that? It didn't take long for us to figure it out, but it seemed like a new term to me, and it may not be to you all. But these are just some terms in cybersecurity definitions that I just wanted to kind of go over with you very quickly. This is something that was shared with me, and it's something that I can provide if you would like a copy of it, some information on it, just like this. It gives you the definitions of everything. You probably know a lot more about this than I do. But swatting, of course, is, to me, the most unfortunate, popular situation. It's just a manipulation of the 911 call. The second one is ransomware attacks, and it's going to actually hack into your computer system, and it causes serious cyber threat. Denial of service, hackers again, they're unauthorized to use the network, but they're gaining access to the network. And as Phil said, don't plug anything into the USB. That's what's going to that's what's going to open it up for these possible threats, these security breaches. Unauthorized data access, I'm not going to read these to you. Telephony denial of service, TDOS, man-in-the-middle attacks, malware attacks, some of these you've probably heard of. Spear phishing attacks, that's an unusual name. Spoofing attacks, insider threats, and that's it. Do you all want a copy of these definitions? Or are you all aware of them?
Lisa, we've got your slide set, so we'll put that out,
Okay.
on the website.
Really,
If
Phil
anybody that
shared
wants
this
it,
with
you
me,
can
and
grab it.
Yeah, Phil shared this with me, and I thought it was really a good document, as far as just skimming the top and understanding what it means. It helped me, I know that. But anyway, that's it. I don't really have anything else, Scott, unless you all have questions. I talk really fast, so I can do anything in half the time. But, how many people do we have there today? How many PSAPs are there?
I don't know, there's 40 people in the room probably.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I know this.
Ellen, you had a
Tell me
question?
that up front.
Yeah, it's a process for reporting cybersecurity
Do what?
incident related to the 911 system. Is that the same as the notifying the resolution center, or is there a special process that wants to follow?
Good question. Question is, a cybersecurity incident, would reporting that follow the same path as problems with the system? Or is there a separate
I think
reporting path?
I think that the process would be the same, so the red center would be your first point of contact, but I think you need to widen that scope. More than just the red center, I think you need to let me know, I think you need to let Scott know, the council needs to know. So I think it's gonna require you more than one phone call. Do you agree, Scott?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, the red center's gonna kick it off, they're gonna get it started, and they know what to do. They've been putting together cybersecurity support. So, but once you do that, don't stop there. Let as many people know as you can.
So are you going to provide that process to us then?
We can, yeah.
Having gone through an ugly cybersecurity issue then?
Basically what Lisa has said is pretty much the process that we follow. Res Center is your first line of reporting. Escalation points, Lisa is second, Phil, Lori, and I is third.
Well, I'm going to call the FBI second.
Well, you'll probably get beat, because I'm guessing probably the network monitoring center will already beat you to the punch on notifying the FBI if there's an actual cyber breach on our phone network. You have to remember, this is a closed network. We don't allow the bad crap that exists in networking onto the system. We don't allow email, we don't allow web surfing, we don't allow connectivity into the network in any way that isn't secure. And the likelihood of one of these occurring on the phone network is very small. The likelihood of these occurring on your CAD networks and your county networks and your city networks is huge, because you allow all of that bad stuff access to your network. And you have to. I mean, you can't do business without it, but fortunately on the phone network, we don't have to, and we don't. That's the reason we don't currently allow I3 reporting. Two-way I3 reporting, where you plug your recorder just into the switchboard and your recorder can talk back and forth with the phone system. We don't allow that today because we don't have that security vetted to the point where we feel comfortable with plugging that recorder in, because in most instances, those recorders have internet access, so you can retrieve your recordings from anywhere. And because of that, we're saying, no, you're evil. We're not going to let you do that yet. We will in time, once we are comfortable with the security in ensuring that nothing can come in from your the admin system gets all that.
So in 9.9% of the time, swatting is going to come in on any line other than the 911.
I would guess the high likelihood is that it will come in on the admin line.
Unless it's somebody that's actually calling within your jurisdiction, making a SWAT call.
Yeah, then they could dial 911, but they're going to have the ability to hack that alley database to keep their alley record from showing what they're calling.
You can use a VoIP phone number to set whatever address you want.
Absolutely. Well, wouldn't necessarily be the number, but you could show the address if you wanted with voice over IP, right? Because they're all self-registered. That's exactly right. And that happens probably more than swatting calls, where it's really not an intentional swatting call. They just move their VoIP box to wherever they are, and they call in the domestic that they're having, never thinking that it's their old address, happened in Missouri. And they end up sending officers to these people's old address, thinking they were responding to the domestic, and end up shooting a guy in this other address. Bad situation. Voice over IP is evil, the way it's set up. I mean, any system that relies on the consumer to self-report their address is evil. Because it's ripe for abuse and misuse.
On the one that we got is, while you went through an admin line, it did feed us a phone number, and it was a local 316 number that had been spoofed, so there was really nothing that looked, I mean, in hindsight, there were things that we wish we would have paid attention to that, looked valid, and,
Yeah. And spoofing local numbers is obviously very easy. Telemarketers do it every day.
Right, but my point was coming into the 911 is a lot more difficult than, other than the VoIP, because I've had that.
Scott, to clarify, you want cyber incidents that you may receive on the hosted network, not the other networks go to the red center, is that correct?
Yeah. We're escalation points for the phone network, the 911 phone network.
Oh,
If it's your CAD system, whatever your procedures are for reporting that to your local IT or whoever. But yeah, we're on the phone system, the 911 phone system. Sorry. Any other questions, comments? Someone?
I have one last thing in closing, and then I just kind of thought of it, and I thought I'm going to bring it up. First of all, thank you all so much for having me. When I was in Salina, I was with my husband, he came with me, and I was telling the people that were in that meeting with me, it was like, oh, that's my county, that's my PSAP. So there's a lot of pride in what I have to support you all. Coming to your APCO meetings and hearing the stories of what you do, I don't think the public realizes what all you do. It's really amazing to me, and I feel privileged to be a part of what helps you do your job better. So I really appreciate y'all listening to me. Sorry it's really fast, but I want to close by saying one thing. The Red Center is your single point of contact. It is your first point of contact. But that is always going to be there for emergency or non-emergency situations. However, there is another option. If you do not want to call into the Red Center and it's not necessary or it's not urgent, let's say that you've got a small problem. It's not life-threatening or what have you. There's a link that you can go to called Express Ticketing, and you can open your own ticket and they will send you all of the updates as that ticket is being worked. So it's another option for you all. I know you've not used it in the past, or maybe some of you have, but it is an option. And I can provide that information to you. I can send it to Lori, and she can send it out to you or what have you. And that way you have it for non-emergency situations. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Any more questions? Y'all get to go to lunch now.
We've been having lunch while you were talking.
Well, hey, that's cheating. you all enjoy. Again, I apologize for bailing on you all. I feel like this, we got the information out to you. If you have any questions, please keep my telephone number, my email address handy.
Very good, thank you.